David Reinhardt with Geekenstein Media, and I'm here with
Alex Cabral at Random Assault and helping out Geekenstein.
But who are we here with?
I'm Adam Hart. I'm the creator of Divekick. I work for Iron Galaxy Studios.
Just made the weirdest face, Alex.
Like, what do you say about this? As someone who plays fighting games, 2 buttons, dive,
No joystick.
and kick. No joystick.
People hear 2 buttons and they think, oh, joystick and 2 buttons. No, no joystick.
Just pushing buttons now. Dive and kick. I love. Divekick.
You do a sequel, I'll do the voice.
Have you made it to round 11 yet?
No, what?
Round 11.
Oh,
really
How do you get there? Do you have to like time
A couple double KOs, couple draws.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But so you have made one of the fastest paced,
Yes.
most intense fighting games I've ever played with 2 buttons, like you said, no joysticks,
No joysticks.
and it is the goof. Like for the long until I actually played it, I was like, I'd see it, I'd hear about it, I was like,
Yeah.
this game is a fucking joke, right? Like, how is it not a joke?
It is a joke. On the top layer, it's a joke. It's like, hey, look at me, we're doing funny things. But right underneath that, when you peel that away, it quickly becomes exactly what you want out of a fighting game, which is the chance to test your mind against someone else's mind.
I was saying to him that it kind of looks like, I don't know if you've ever seen the game Helpin' Squad, but it looks like one of those goofy games from that. And then you play it and the animation's nice and smooth. The controls, simplistic as they are, work fantastic. You need to play it to get it.
Yes, alright, I get it.
Dick.
That's unfortunately one of our big challenges, is that the top layer joke doesn't jive with some people, and you really do have to play it to get it. So I encourage you to stop by any of the places where we're showing the game this year and put your hands on it.
Well, I mean, it's not just the joke. It's like you look at it and you're like, at first glance, you're like, oh, it looks like someone drew a bunch of stupid MS Paint drawings. And then you actually look at the art and you're like, no, this art's actually really good. It's just done in that style because it's funny.
We're trying to call back to the old sprite-based Street Fighter games, that made us all fall in love with the genre when things were simpler and yeah, done on the cheap.
Every character is just a parody of the characters, and then you just combine them.
Well, yeah,
If
like,
you say so, I think they're completely unique and original.
But that's the thing, is that it's like, oh, this is clearly making fun of this and a million other things, and it makes it unique. Like, that's the best part, is everything feels so different.
well, talking about the character, like, just take a quick scroll through the character. Mr. N,
Yep.
Dr. Scholes,
Dr. Victoria Scholes.
excuse me, dive and kick. And then my favorite, Kung Pao, who I didn't realize her name. I noticed the hat. I noticed. Okay, I get it, but I didn't notice the name. The kick is Kung Lao's bullet kick from MK2 and 3, and it has the same mechanic. Blew my fucking mind.
If you say so, I think it's unique and original.
And unique and original. It's just that.
Alex is the world's biggest Mortal Kombat fan, so he just connects with everything
Don't
like that.
forget our Skunk Bear redacted.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
Amazing. Skunk bear, that's what
Skunk
it is.
bear.
I thought it was a werewolf who was a wolf.
A wolf were.
A wolf were.
It's a skunk bear. If you look up skunk bear, I think you will know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Good.
Like, and he's got a cigar in his mouth.
She is a mother of 3.
My bad.
And she steals cigars from Uncle Sensei, who is Divekick's teacher. Uncle Sensei is the dispenser of advice you see on the loading screen.
Can you tell us a little bit about Dive and Kick?
Dive and Kick are fraternal twin brothers. Dive is Asian, Kick is black. Their mom is white. They were born in West Philadelphia, raised there. They got in a little fight and their mom got scared, so they moved to Bel Air with their Uncle Sensei to learn to dive kick, where they learned that kicks are everything and you don't need hands to fight.
God, I hope there's some sort of mode that would explain all this.
Why, there certainly is. There's a story mode.
Will it be coming out with that? That'll be with the final release?
Yes, the final game will have a story mode, more characters, fully animated backgrounds.
How many more characters, if you don't mind?
I can't say. You'll see. We're going to keep you in suspense. And of course, we'll also have GGPO enabled online play, the best netcode experience possible, ranked matches, player matches, the works.
Well, I mean, Iron Galaxy does amazing netcode.
Yes.
So are those characters you haven't finalized yet? Are those plushies hidden? We're just waiting for them to come out?
No, they are not. We're going to see how these do first.
Wait, there are plushies?
There are.
plushies.
Of who?
Of,
Everyone.
Everyone but Scholes. You want a Kung plushie?
I don't have any money, so I'm just gonna throw my credit card at you.
I need cash, I'm sorry. I can't accept credit cards because I'm indie.
Here's my Citizens Bank deposit.
So I am really curious, as the creator, where did this idea come from? Because it's not just like, oh, well, this type of fighting game, but this is Did it start with like I want to make a new fighting game? Did it start with I love fighting games, but I just want to make fun of them and make one of this? Like I have no idea. This just seems like the most brilliant thing that has come out of nowhere.
I've been into game design my whole life. For the last decade or so, I've been designing board and card games. I haven't released anything yet, but I'm always working on it. I have a bunch of game design docs at home for stuff that I want to make. It's generally like, I'm like, I wish there was a game like this, and there isn't, so I write a design document for it. Maybe I'll make it someday, because I think there are a lot of things that I want to play that nobody's made yet. This, on the other hand, was not something I had planned for my whole life, obviously.
You're less sad than I thought.
Yeah, I had several friends come over a couple days after Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out. We're huge fans of that game. We were like, oh, we're just going to play all night. We're going to pull an all-nighter. And 2 of them were passed out by 3 a.m. And me and the other guy, Steven, we were up. At 4 a.m. we turned the game off because we were just playing so sloppily that we didn't even want to play anymore. And we were just joking about stuff. Everything was funny. We were up way too late. And I said, what if, because dive kicks are always OP in every game. For the last 20 years, nobody can make a weak dive kick. So I'm like, what if there's a game called Dive Kick? The characters are dive and kick, the buttons are dive and kick. And instead of laughing, he shoots up out of his chair. He's like, I can make that. So we started writing a design doc, woke up my fiance, who's an artist, and she agreed to work on the art, and we started producing it that next week.
Nice. Yeah, I like that it's all like, hey, my girlfriend does this, my buddy does this, we're all working together. I always appreciate that shit. As someone who plays fighting games, obviously the whole training dive kicks thing is a thing. How long into the development process before you realized that you needed to back up at one point?
As soon as we got the first playable in, we're like, you have to be able to jump back. You have to, or the game is stupid. And I mean, the game was already stupid because we hadn't tuned anything, right? You make it all work, you plug in some random values for how things move. None of it feels right. Like if you were to make a platforming game like a Mario or something, you could easily make the character run and jump, but to make it feel right, like all Mario games do, that takes a lot of tuning dials up and down, left and right, to figure out exactly how to make the player feel totally in control. So we got the jump backs in, and we started tuning dials, and when we finally hit that spot where we're like, oh, this feels right, we couldn't stop playing the game. So we would invite some test groups in. We only had dive and kick playable.
No, we're serious.
Yeah, we'd invite test groups in. Nobody knew about the game, so we had to sign NDAs and stuff with them. Bring in like 4 fighting game players who are local to us. We'd be like, okay, we're gonna show you something. We want to get your feedback. Play for 4 hours. 14 hours later, I'm like, get out of my house. I have to go to bed. They won't leave. And they're like, you have to release it. I'm like, nah, it's just for fun, whatever. We finally showed it in public, and that's what we heard from everybody. So we've been pursuing a release ever since.
Did it always start where everyone has 1 million health and every attack does 1 billion damage?
That kind of organically came out. It was always a one-hit kill game, but that kind of came out of the trailer. Red Rapper made the trailer for us, and when he was writing it, he came up with that line, and we loved it, so it became part of the mythos.
We should talk about when you're done diving and kicking, if that ever gets bored, which 14 hours later it obviously doesn't, but if it does, there are modes for gems that you could select what kind of fight you want. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the gems give you a little bit of customization. I think you'll find some players will find a gem that they like that fits their playstyle and stick with it, and other players will switch gems based on the matchup. So the first one's a dive gem. It makes you jump a little higher. This actually increases your jump velocity, so you are leaving the ground faster, which means if you're the kind of player who likes to react to something and get out of the way quickly, that's a good choice for you. The kick gem will make you kick a little faster. So if you want to get that bead on someone from just a little farther away and get that guaranteed hit, the kick gem is good for you. The style gem will help you build meter a little bit quicker, so if you like to spend a lot of meter on your techniques or on kick factor, this is a good choice. And then the last gem is the man mode gem. If you choose this, you get all 3 benefits times 3, 30% in each category, but you sacrifice 4 rounds to the other player. It's like going all in poker. If you get hit once, you lose instead of 5 times. There's also special techniques you can spend your meter on. Every character has 2 individual special techniques, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. It really diversifies the roster and gives us a lot more options when adding new characters to create unique play styles within the limited scope of the game.
You look at you hear that a game has 2 buttons, and you dive and kick.
One more time.
Duh.
Strategy.
Lots of it.
This has strategy.
It's pure strategy. If
And
you lose, it's your fault, and you know it.
And
Yeah.
you hear that, and you're like, that sounds like the dumbest thing ever. Then you play it, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then you look at the game, and you're like, wait a minute, there's all these different characters. They all dive and kick at different rates.
Different ways, different
and
speeds,
then
yeah.
you have gems to modify that further.
Yep.
And it is a surprisingly deep fighting game with the dumbest shit on top, like that, and that is the best part. Tip from Uncle Sensei, we have a kill screen coming up.
Anyone care? No? Nobody cares? All right.
That's one of the things I want to talk about.
Because you pick man mode gem, you're down 4 rounds.
Because that counts as the fraud detection.
Yes, it does.
Got it. What about crap. I'm good at interview.
That's fine.
There's another one. The headshot. Talk about the headshot.
So you're building meter, you're trying to activate kick factor, which makes you much faster and much more powerful.
You just won.
Yeah, you won.
Didn't do a headshot.
I'm second player, aren't I?
So if you get hit in the head, you're gonna get a concussion at the start of the next round. That's 4 seconds of half speed movement. So you jump very low, you kick very slow. It's your opponent's reward for taking a risk. Because if I aim for your head, I'm much more likely to sail by you and miss entirely. Whereas if I aim for your body, I'm probably gonna hit you and not risk, losing the situation. And you lose all your meter if you're headshot too, so it's a big deal. You have to protect your head. As you get better at this game, you'll find that your opponent has put you in an unwinnable situation. You will be hit, but you might be able to protect your head by moving into a new position and not take the headshot, but still take the loss. And that'll help you get better at the game when you realize that. When to concede, you've lost this one, and let him hit your body, and not panic and get hit in the head.
I love the panic.
Spacing is important, especially between words and sentences.
I don't.
So let me show you a technique. All right. Mash kick a little bit, build a little meter with Mr. N. He builds meter the fastest. Scoot away. Don't kill me. All right. Move in a little bit. Now press them both together and hold them.
Holy
Run away.
shit.
Toss some meter. See? Now build up a little more. Jump into the air and do the same thing.
Run out of time.
It's all right. We'll do it next round. Oh, you've activated.
Hold on.
What's?
All right. So use the yellow button to jump up and then press both together and hold them.
All right.
You can't see it on screen real well. Figure this out. He can float. So you think you have a kill on him, but he can change his trajectory a little bit. Now Kung's pretty interesting.
Now notice the bullet kick.
I'm gonna have you back up a little. I want to show you my favorite technique in the game. First is kind of a 2-part technique. What I'll do first is I'll set up an exit.
This is so cool.
This is an exit portal. Now move forward a little bit for me. Just inch forward. Oh, you kicked it out of the way.
You kicked the
That's
portal.
fine.
Holy
move forward a little
shit.
without kicking it. Do it low. Okay, a little more. Ah, you kicked it again. We'll get
Damn
this
it,
right.
Alex.
Live. Do it live.
We'll get this right.
We got this.
We got this. All right, scoot back.
Got it.
While we're doing
Come
this,
forward.
do you guys have an estimated release
Little more,
window for the
Nope.
game?
Oh God. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Watch this, right?
Okay, let's do this.
I missed, but I set up the exit, I go through the entrance.
Headshot, just headshot Alex for fucking it up so much.
Oh
See?
God. Which is weird because Kung Lao has a teleport move.
I don't know who that is. Release window is summer. It's going to be on PlayStation 3 and Vita and PC. On PC, we could really use your help getting on Steam, so please upvote us on Greenlight.
Oh, and we will do that as soon as we get home, because this is one of my favorite games here. Like, I love everything you've done here. Like,
Game of show, right?
See, it's like a three-way tie, because Divekick's amazing, Last of Us is amazing. I don't want to talk about this in the interview. There's a couple of great games, but Divekick, like, I knew I had to see it. I had no idea how much I would just fucking fall in love with it. This game is incredible.
Yeah, I'm
really
so
happy to
glad
hear
I saw
that.
So thank you so much for showing us Divekick.
I know we're a little limited for space, but can you dive kick me?
No.
Damn it!
Dive kicks are not a real thing. If you could find a person who can kick hard enough to change his mid-air trajectory, I'd like to meet him.
You hear that, Alex? If we train hard enough to be able to do dive kicks, can we be in the next game?
Yes.
Boom. Thank you so much for talking with us. Dive Kick's fucking amazing. Everyone at home, you have to check this game out. I know it looks dumb as shit, but it is so awesome. So.
I mean, if I can be honest, I said this game it sounded dumb as shit.
Oh, it does.
And then
It totally
I played
does.
it now, I was like, this is fun. This is actually really cool.
So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.